now we're going to work the collar, and that's really super simple. So all we do is put our pieces with the right sides together on top of each other, and then we're going to close the outside all the way around, and we'll leave the neckline open. Now I can pin it all the way around. I'm just using these vertical pins. And now we're going to sew from here to there, all the way around and back up to here, and it's a 1 centimeter seam allowance. When you're sewing along the curve, you want to make sure that you do it really nice and evenly, and it does take time. And when you get to the corner points at the beginning here, we want to put our stitch length down to about 1.5 maybe, and then when we come to the end we do exactly the same, so that we don't have any fraying in the corner when we cut it back later. And now we can cut back our seam allowance. Now whether you cut an edge across here or just leave it as is, it doesn't really matter too much. Some people prefer to do it like that, and then you get a really nice corner. In my case, my fabric is quite thick, so I'm just going to cut across here, and that's why I use the stitch length 1.5 on the sewing machine, so that this is not going to fray. Now I'm going to turn my collar, move out the corner with a pin like that. Now we're just going to iron in one direction here real quick, so it's easier to fiddle out the edge. If you haven't marked it already, just move your pattern piece into position here, and then you just mark it right there. Looks good to me. Brilliant. So now I know where my little loop's going to go, and that's my next step. Now I'm going to show you a little trick, and a lot of people got it exactly the wrong way around when they were testing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to create more length at the top collar. Yeah, so what you want to do with the top collar is move it down, and you can see what will happen. It'll lie around us. So I'm just going to do that here. Just move it down a little bit. It's not even that much, but it makes the collar sit really nice. So just keep doing that all the way around. So now we've got the stitch line in here. I'm just going to cut it back a bit to that point, right? It's not much, just a little bit. And now we can put on our collar. So we start at the center front, put a pin in there, and then put the collar 1.5 centimeters from the edge. There we go. And then now I'll just fit on here. Don't forget we've cut a little bit of the seam allowance back. It's not a bad thing to have it a little bit staggered here as well, so I can just pin this along. You don't need to be worried about this at all. It's really a very, very simple method. And now it's time to put the loop in, and the loop simply wraps around your collar. So you put it in the collar, right? Pop it here. Is that cute or is that cute? I love it, I have to say, so nice. In the instructions it just says put your facing over the top, repin it. But I'm going to add an extra step here, and I'm just going to put a holding stitch all the way around so that it's easier to do. And now I'm going to put my holding stitch all the way around.